All right, everybody, welcome back to this special edition of the Micro Vlogcast. We are recapping and unpacking what we saw at NeoCon and Fulton Market Design Days this past June. Again, for those of you not following along the last few episodes, the office furniture industry comes together once a year in Chicago and launches new products and shows their wares to the architecture and design community. Foresight has a lot of companies that we work with in the office furniture industry, and so we had a group of about 10 of us go down to Chicago and spend the week celebrating our clients, high-fiving the work that we did in support of their products, seeing what else was out there in the world. And so I just want to wrap up this special edition mini-series with some high-level trends that we saw from NeoCon Design Days this past year that we think is worth our audience hearing about. So, Brad, Floyd, hit us with a high-level trend. What do you think? What did you see?
At least on the product side, it feels like there are people who are trying to find more and more unique ways to incorporate new materials into their products. Whether that's taking complete waste streams, like pieces of wood that they would initially scrap, and making a new table out of that, or finding new plastics from a supplier where they would throw away to use as filler inside cushions. So it's really cool to see people look outside of their typical material list and think outside the box of how can we incorporate these new materials into our products. And then with that, tell that story about what's the carbon impact, what does the waste aversion look like for those new products.
Yeah, very cool. How about you, Floyd? High-level trend?
I guess maybe just kind of talking about what Brad just mentioned as it relates to the different kinds of scope of materiality. Often you find it's like recycled content, but outright fully recyclable materials. I think we saw ones that were made completely of cardboard and other kind of like fabricated paper and like cellulose and various material products that the whole key focus of those pieces were just the fact that they were 100% recyclable. Where in the past, it's like a part of a portion of it. Yep. It's the main talking piece. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's kind of unique where it's like it's been on the back burner in the past and now it's been pushed to the forefront. And you're seeing it across a lot more brands. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think the other thing, I was there for a part of the time, not the whole time, but I saw a number of times is companies were really trying to lift up like adaptability into all of their products. Like, as we know, like the workplace has changed. Work from home is a real thing, and the hybrid workspace, the modular workspace. And so you're really seeing like using materials that are better for the earth mashed up with making products that are more adaptable for how humans actually work today, which I thought was a major trend. And you really, you see some folks doing one or the other, but the real best-in-class leaders, I think, are doing both of these things well at the same time. For those of you who watch the Micro Vlogcast and don't really know much about the office furniture industry, I think I'll just leave you with this. The office furniture industry, as an industry, we would argue, and we work across almost every industry that there is, they are as progressive and organized and thoughtful and intentional about sustainability as any other industry in the world, I would say. There's stack up anything else, and as an industry, the office furniture industry is really progressive and thoughtful about this. And I think if you are not in that industry and you want to pay attention to like what good looks like and how an industry can actually organize together, the Midwest, West Michigan, Indiana, Iowa, has a very centralized portion of a lot of the large office furniture companies, but the office furniture industry as a whole is a real leader in this space and one to pay attention to. And so it was a real pleasure to go down and see our clients' work be shown in that way. And so thanks very much, Brad and Floyd, for joining me in these episodes, and for all of you for attending the special edition of the Micro Vlogcast. We'll see you next time.